Hello guys, it is your girl Amaria back with another video, and today I am going to be doing a video for how to restore your old wig, restore, reuse, recycle, all of that, alright? Because who wants to buy new wigs? So first I'm going to fill the buckets with clean water. I like to keep it kind of warm. You never want to have too hot because you might strip the hair, and you never want to have it too cold. So I always make sure I check my water as well before I put my hair in there, and you want to just pay attention to that. So next guys, I'm going to be using conditioner. I use my Garnier Whole Blends repairing conditioner. It works really good on my natural hair, so I do like to use it on my wigs as well to give it that extra shine and clean, because you never want to use shampoo on your wigs, and if you do use shampoo, don't use a lot. As you'll see next, I do use a little bit of my repairing shampoo just to clean it, but I only use like 2 or 3 pumps just because of the fact that you never want to use too much. Conditioner is the main thing that you want to focus on, honestly. So yeah, I want to stir that in just because it looks like really noodly. And then you're gonna submerge your wig into the bucket or the area that you're washing your wig in. I was trying to do this with 2 hands and record, so just bear with me guys. I ended up setting up the camera. It just took me a while to realize to do that. So as you can see, now I am submerging my wig, and I like to make sure that I'm getting all of it. You want to make sure that you clean it thoroughly, and you want to make sure that you're getting all the buildup. Also, if this is a lace front or a frontal, you want to make sure that you do clean your lace, because the glue and the got-to-be can actually stick in that lace front in the front. So you want to make sure you get all that buildup out, because you want basically for it to feel like a fresh new wig. Yeah, I like to be very thorough when I'm doing it. I use a tub because that's the biggest area for me to be able to just dump my water and go from there. Alright, so you see, I like to be able, you never want to brush your hair while it's wet. It's always good to just rinse it out a few times, and then you're gonna wring it out as well, and be careful when you're wringing it out. Alright, and I pour my water out just because I want to get a fresh new bucket of water to be able to use to clean the hair now, because the hair is not fully clean now. You just did all that, and you see a lot of the dirt and the build up in that water, but you still want to make sure that you do that double rinse to rinse off everything that was basically still soaking in the hair while you were going. And I like to check my water, like I said before. You always want to make sure that you have good warm water. So now I dip my hair back into the water, and I like to wring it out. You want to try to detangle your hair. I was trying to make sure that I got all of it, because a lot of it can get tangled, and you want to make sure that you're getting every single part of the hair and not just certain areas. Once you get it done, you want to put out that rest of that water. Just because you don't want that sitting in, the bucket. And then I like to do a final rinse. I like to rinse my hair under the water, just because the running water under the hair, that kind of helps with detangling, and that ensures that you're getting everything out of that. Make sure you're wringing it out as well too, because if you don't wring it out good enough, then all that stuff you're rinsing out is not going to be fully, rinsed out of the hair. It's going to be sitting in there. And you can sometimes comb it while you're doing that. I find sometimes it's harder to do that. I just like to comb it and detangle it once I get done washing it. That's why I don't do a lot of, you're not supposed to do a lot of scrubbing and all of that with your hair, because that can damage the hair too. Especially if you don't spend too much money on it. Right. And now I start my detangling process. A lot of the hair at the bottom is going to be cut off. Usually that's how my wigs, or wigs tend to get damaged, is heat damage and just the extra from wear and tampering with it. So you want to make sure you clip the ends. Usually you're going to have a shorter style than you originally started off with, especially if you've had the wig for over a year, or a few months. It really just depends on what type of hair and the quality. So I like to use a wide tooth comb, because you're less likely to get you're way more likely to get less breakage with that, and you're really not good to brush hair. When it's wet, your real hair or wigs. Seriously, just don't brush it. You might find better results. And as you can see, it's all getting detangled more easier. But do you see those damaged ends? Yeah, those look awful. That's why you get your hair that sticks up and stuff. So I'm gonna end up be cutting that off. I like to, make sure I detangle it first, because I haven't done this since before I washed it. Alright, so now I have it all detangled, and I'm going to start with my trimming. A lot of people like to trim while it's on their head. I feel like I like to do it better before it gets on my head, and I may do touch-ups once I put it on and install it. But I do like to start off by cutting off a big chunk, which can help with, you know, parting it in the first place before you start, individually going section by section and cutting off the lengths that you want. Because I do like to do layers. I don't like really the look of it without layers. So as you can see, I parted it, and I am currently making sure that I cut it at the ends of that part. Right. And like I said, I'm going to do touch-ups once I do my install, so it doesn't have to be extremely perfect when I do it. And plus, when I install it, I have a hard time, trying to see the back of my head. So this works too, for our people who like to do our self installs and not and aren't doing it on other people's head. Because it's easier to cut when you're cutting somebody else's hair. But when you're doing it yourself, it ain't that easy. I'm just getting more sections because I want this to go as easier as I can. I want to make sure my lengths are good. And you can see where it had the split ends at too, so I like to make sure I go over it and, just cut it as I please. So now I'm just doing some finishing touches of, some ends that I'm seeing as I'm combing through the hair. And, I'm noticing some more split ends, so I just want to make sure that I get all of that. Already it looks a lot better than it did. As you can see, it looks a lot cleaner. Definitely, definitely. I was impressed with how it turned out. Um, it, it's been a minute since I've restored an older wig. So yeah, definitely something I was happy about. All right, so I'm just altering it a little bit more, making sure all of my hair is untangled and it's good for install. And as you can see, guys, definitely a lot shorter, but I do like the length. Um, Remember from how it started to now, definitely a lot cleaner.